I'm Shay Russell from mining.com.au, and once again I am coming to you from the Noosa Mining Conference. Standing next to me is the Managing Director of Terra Metals, Thomas Lyon. Thomas, thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Shay. Really nice to be here. Beautiful weather in Noosa today.
Yes, hot and steamy, just as we like it. Now, you guys have a really exciting project out in Western Australia. Copper, platinum, and what was the other metal you're looking for?
Gold.
One of my favorites.
Not just looking for, finding lots of.
All right. Well, talk me through some of those results.
Sure. So we've made what is one of the world's largest outcropping magmatic sulfide discoveries this year, called the Dante Reefs. We're in the West Musgrave province. We've defined two large copper, platinum, and gold discoveries with a large amount of accessory vanadium and titanium in it as well. So very similar to the Platreef deposit in the Bushveld province, and the geology of the project's very similar to the Bushveld in South Africa, which has been one of the world's longest running and largest mining operations with over 100 years of commercial production.
So this is why I was so captivated with your story, because dropping names like Bushveld in a presentation is always going to inspire the inner geologist in me. How does this part of Western Australia have such a similar mineralisation to the Bushveld?
Well, it's the project, our Dante project, our flagship asset, is dominated by a large layered mafic intrusion, and that's the same as the Bushveld province. Bushveld is a large layered mafic intrusion, and those layered intrusions produce these really rich bands of metal within them in the layering, which contain large quantities of precious metals and base metals. So once you get onto them, they're typically like a coal seam, but instead of coal, it's full of precious metals and base metals. So when you find them, they tend to be really large, and your strike rate with the drilling is very good. So far, we've had about a 95+% strike rate with our drilling. We've drilled over 100 drill holes into these reefs so far, with about 50 holes the assays have been returned for, and over 95% of those have hit the target mineralization.
So you've got a couple of rigs out on site. There's an RC rig, there's a diamond rig. Tell me, what is your current exploration phase looking like?
Yeah, so we have just finished. So we've been drilling since March, almost continuously. We've done RC drilling and diamond drilling, almost 20,000 meters this year alone. We raised $6 million in July of this year after announcing our initial discovery, and we've been out there expanding on the discovery, doing infill and extensional drilling. And a vast majority of that additional drilling we've done just recently are at the lab. We've got over 50 drill holes, RC drill holes, targeting shallow copper, gold, and platinum at the Dante Reefs discovery over a large strike length at the lab now. We expect to receive some more of those results back soon. We've just had 8 diamond holes come in from the Reef 1 discovery this week, and we announced that on the market recently, and there's plenty more news to come.
Now, Thomas, I saw you present on Tuesday night, just before this conference kicked off, and I was quite captivated by your story because I did chase you around the restaurant. You have a very strategic land holding. I believe you are landlocked by BHP. Talk everybody through what that actually means for you.
Sure. So we have a large tenement. It's about 650 square kilometres, the Dante project. So it's really, really big. It's not like some of these small projects in Kalgoorlie, which are a few square kilometres. This is a provincial scale project, and we are landlocked by BHP. BHP have 2 major resources within 15 kilometres of our project, and they're building a $1.7 billion mine called Nebo Babel, just 15 kilometres from us. There's been about 500 million US worth of infrastructure already installed in that mine, and it's very close to us. That has de-risked the region. There are 2 existing mining framework agreements in the West Musgrave region already, one with BHP and one with another company, and the same supportive native title group over the entire area, including our project. So we call that a tier 1 mining jurisdiction. It's not like some of these remote provinces like West Arunta, where there's no existing mining framework agreement. They've already been negotiated, and it's already paved the way for development of resources.
This is what I mean strategic. This is an incredible advantage for a company of your size. You're landlocked by BHP, you've got mining infrastructure nearby. So once you've made a major discovery, you actually don't need to spend a whole lot of money building the mining infrastructure to support it, do you?
That's right, and the style of mineralization that we've discovered is very similar in nature to the assets that BHP hold in the region. Magmatic sulfide discoveries with copper and precious metals.
All right, so for everybody who doesn't understand why that's important, why is a similar mineralization important to what BHP's infrastructure is?
Well, it may mean that there's multiple deposit types, including our resources, could possibly be fed through the infrastructure already in place, or that minor modifications on that existing plant could possibly feed our resources, our ore body through that infrastructure.
So you said there's plenty of news to come. Is there more good news for Dante's Reef to come in before 2024 wraps up?
Yeah, we believe so. We expect to receive some more assays back from the diamond drilling and possibly the RC as well before this year's out. And then those assay results will extend through into the first part of next year as well.
All right, so it sounds like you've had a bumpy year. It sounds like Dante's Reef is going to close out with a bang. Listen, please know I will absolutely be watching what you guys get up to. Thank you so much for being here today, Thomas.
Thanks, Shay. Appreciate it.